So, Dr. Chopra, having had the fantastic impact of people's minds over so many years, what brought you to Davos? What is your purpose here?
I like to see diversity of opinion. I like to see diversity of talent, diversity of culture, diversity of gender. So one is maximum diversity. Number two, I think we all have a shared vision for a better world. And number three, everybody is trying to complement each other's strengths. So when you have those three ingredients, you can solve any problem in the world.
And you spoke that we are on the road to extinction right now. Could you elaborate on this? Because you just mentioned this. And what do we need to do in terms of human species and morality when it comes to climate change?
Well, when it comes to climate change, we need to get rid of this dualistic idea that there's me and there's the environment. What we call the environment is the biosphere, and your biology is part of the biosphere. It's an expression of the biosphere. So the trees are your lungs. If they didn't breathe, you wouldn't breathe. You didn't breathe, the trees wouldn't breathe. You put an animal like a rabbit in a vacuum, it dies. You put a plant in a vacuum, it dies. You put them both together, they both thrive. So we have to get rid of this idea that there is an environment. We have a personal body, we have a universal body, they're both equally ours. Okay, the trees are our lungs, the earth is recycling as our body, the oceans are our circulation, and the stars created the atom that are in your body right now. So why do we call it the environment? You have a person, they're both equally necessary, personal body and universal body. So we need a spiritual and emotional relationship with what we call the environment, number one. Then the technologies are there. You know, you have protection of marshlands, you have agroforestry, you have distributed energy, you have distributed clean transportation, you restore indigenous people's rights because they have a different relationship with the world. The technologies are there, but the emotional and spiritual relationship is not there.
And how do we foster this?
By these conversations. Everywhere. These conversations need to be in entertainment, they need to be part of our songs and our lyrics and our poetry, they need to be part of our education system, they need to be part of every conversation we have, because most people are sleepwalking to extinction as biological robots conditioned by the medieval mind and modern capacities. Dangerous combination.
I have one final question. You wrote a book that I really enjoyed. I enjoyed all of your books. Seven Spiritual Laws for Parents.
Yes.
And we know that children and youth all over the world are terrified of what we're walking into in terms of climate. So what would be your advice to parents how to prepare their children and to talk to them about this connection with spirituality and climate action and the environment?
Children don't listen to your lectures because they see through the hypocrisy. So the only thing that children watch is your behavior. And if your behavior does not coincide or conform to your lecturing, they're not going to listen. What children like to do is play. And so right now the technologies we are creating include gaming technologies where play becomes spiritual, where every time you do a breathing exercise, you get brownie points to have another game to play.
So more spirituality into the lives of children and parents?
By example. By storytelling, by example, by creative solutions, and most importantly, by joy, because children are naturally joyful.
Are you hopeful for the future?
I believe hope is an oxymoron. As soon as you say hope, you imply despair.
Couldn't agree more.
So hope, get rid of these words, hope and despair. Creativity is the solution. And creativity is a spiritual experience, not a mental experience.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Chopra, for having time to talk to. We don't have time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.